you see the traffic officer is telling the train to stop. Sorry, the bus to stop.
Raising his hand to stop him.
Yep.
Hey, what's coming at speed? It took off.
But those border men, do you think they survived because the bus landed on them? Those ones.
And boom. That's really, really sad. Look at that collision, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, this woman talks too much in the background, okay? She might be a police officer, but look.
What's coming at speed? It took off.
But those border men, do you think they survived because the bus landed on them? Those ones. That one.
If you had these barriers, you see this one and this one, these are very, very good barriers that would stop the bus. But they do not care because this is not a priority to Museveni. He doesn't see this as something that keeps him in power. He doesn't care about the lives of the ordinary Ugandans as long as he continues to accumulate wealth and keep this firm grip on power. Watch here what I'm talking about. See, the bus goes and then the barriers come down. And when these barriers come down, then you know any car or vehicle that is coming from this direction will be stopped by this barrier. And any bus or car that is coming from this direction will be stopped by this barrier. You see? Then there's enough room for the train to use it. You know, there's enough space for the train. Watch. See, now you have the train gone.
You're watching Mordecai Marissa Live Political Commentary. Please consider subscribing to help grow Uganda's Voices of Struggle ecosystem. Thank you.
I cannot appreciate you enough for using your valuable time to always go on social media, break down things for people.
Oh, Uganda, where do I even begin? Well, a heartbreaking tragedy yesterday plunged the country into mourning and sparked fresh public outrage. Now, you might be wondering what happened, Mordecai. Maybe you didn't watch the news or you didn't follow social media updates. That's what I'm going to be telling you now. A train slammed into a bus carrying students of Mwebaze High School, Kakiri, who were traveling to Jinja for an educational trip. This horrific collision left one female passenger dead at the scene, a student, and several students nursing injuries. But you know, for many Ugandans, this is more than just an accident or another accident. It is yet another preventable national tragedy. The crash has ignited a wave of anger over what many people have described as decades of neglected railway safety, with many questioning why numerous railway crossings still lack automated barriers and other modern safety measures. A very good question, with Museveni continuing to argue that Uganda is already in the middle income status. Now, as emotions boil over, many are asking the same painful question. How many more lives must be lost before meaningful action is taken? Many people have argued that while billions of shillings are being spent on political priorities, basic public safety and infrastructure continue to be overlooked. And that's what we're going to be looking at tonight, ladies and gentlemen, in this commentary, where we examine the tragedy, look at the growing public frustration, and the wider debate over accountability. Is any person going to be held accountable for this? You know, we've known every time this kind of carnages happen, you never see any person being held accountable. We're going to be talking about our infrastructure a little bit and question the government's priorities. Ladies and gentlemen, let me go on and show you what the Uganda police posted. This was a few hours after. They said police notification. Oh my God, come on. Police in Mukono are investigating a fatal road accident that occurred at approximately 6:45 a.m. today at Namumira Bukasa village, Chetume Parish, Nachisunga sub-county, along the Katosi Road in Mukono district. The accident involved a train and a bus transporting students of Mwebaze High School, Kakiri, who were traveling to Jinja District for an educational trip. One female passenger died at the scene, while several students sustained injuries. Police officer working alongside other emergency responders, are evacuating the injured to Mukono General Referral Hospital and other nearby health facilities for medical treatment. Police have secured the scene and commenced investigations to establish the exact cause and circumstances surrounding the crash. Further updates will be provided as more verified information becomes available. Now, when they say police officers working alongside other emergency responders are evacuating the injured to Mukono General Referral Hospital, I want to tell you one thing for sure. Don't be surprised if they tell you the ambulance broke down a few years ago, or they were using an ambulance that was bought by Mukono Municipality Member of Parliament, Betty Ndamboze Bachireke. This is what has been normalized, a government that has abandoned the people, with Museveni hell-bent on keeping this firm grip on power. Let's go on and review or watch this video of what really happened, and then we can go from there. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the video. Watch. Now you see this is a traffic officer right here. He's pretty much probably, he's aware that the train is coming, and then you have a bus coming from this direction.
Start talking then.
See the guy is
You see the traffic officer is telling the train to stop. Sorry, the bus to stop.
raising his hand to stop him.
Yep.
Hey, the bus coming at speed. It took.
But those border men, do you think they survived because the bus landed on them? Those ones.
And boom. That's really, really sad. Look at that collision, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, this woman talks too much in the background, okay? She might be a police officer, but look.
The bus coming at speed. It took.
But those border men, do you think they survived because the bus landed on them? Those ones. That one.
You never found on that police officer.
Very, 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 very heartbreaking.
No, he took off.
Why are they laughing? I don't understand. Is this a point where we find this very funny? Ha 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 ha. What's wrong with our people? Look, imagine how grotesque, how sick, how evil, how insensitive must you be to look at this strategy and your response is ha 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 ha. Are you a sociopath or what?
On them, those ones. That one.
You never found on that police officer.
No, he took off.
Let me go away. Let me go away.
I'm going to play this without pausing it so that you see everything because I watched it and realized I've been pausing it. So let me show it to you one more time.
Start talking then.
See the guy is raising his hand to stop him.
Hey, the bus coming at speed. It took.
But those border men, do you think they survived because the bus landed on them? Those ones. That one.
You never found on that police officer.
No, he took off.
Let me go away. Let me go away. Hey, this is very heavy engine. Very heavy. That's
This is really heartbreaking, ladies and gentlemen. I think I'm going to go on and show you a few moments after this tragedy happened, what was going on. But probably before I do that, many people have argued that where the railway, barriers that should be put in place. I'll give you an example of what many people are pointing at. This, you see, if you had these barriers, you see this one and this one, these are very, very good barriers that would stop the bus. But they do not care because this is not a priority to Museveni. He doesn't see this as something that keeps him in power. He doesn't care about the lives of the ordinary Ugandans as long as he continues to accumulate wealth and keep this firm grip on power. Watch here what I'm talking about. See, the bus goes and then the barriers come down. And when these barriers come down, then you know any car or vehicle that is coming from this direction will be stopped by this barrier. And any bus or car that is coming from this direction will be stopped by this barrier. You see? Then there's enough room for the train to use there's enough space for the train. Watch. See, now you have the train gone. While it goes, then you have that a truck, a very heavy one coming, and it realizes, oops. See, they can't go through because there are barriers. And they are automated. They're being controlled. You don't just break them out of the blue. No, you don't just run through them or ram into them. Absolutely not. So that's why you realize they've been stopping for a few seconds until they're opened. There you go. There you go. See? Simple. And then you even have traffic lights. When you go back to this video we watched, there are no traffic lights. You're going to have a person right there standing, working as traffic lights. Look at him. This man is the traffic lights at this moment. This is I don't know what. What do you call this? Third world stop? What's this? Now, let me show you where the priorities of Museveni is. Listen here.
Tuli organized tuina sako weri bulungi nnyo tuina ekibiina ekitutwala
ngenda kuteeka mu billion 5
wanjisebo lindako siwulidde bulungi wanjisebo
billion 5
miliyoni billion tweyanziza nnyo
Kuteeka billion 5. There, that's where his interest is. If you can gather hundreds of social media content creators to do PR for your criminal regime, is willing to invest 5 billion shillings in those people. This is the same kind of culture that has been normalized by his brother, Caleb Akanwanaho, famously known as Salim Saleh. He usually gathers music promoters and musicians and faded artists and then gives them free money for them to, one, not compose any music that is critical of the criminal regime, but two, to do PR for the criminal regime. It is really, really heartbreaking. This is what is causing all this. Now, I know many people are going to argue, hey, Mordecai, are you trying to say in America there's no accident? Of course they happen. But we look at preventable situations. There's something we can do to prevent these. Some of these tragedies are preventable. There's no way you're going to convince me. Don't be surprised if the same tragedy happens a few days from now or even a day from now. And it's going to happen. Now, I don't want to be a prophet of doom. I'm just looking at reality and examining it, interrogating it, and telling you, hey, I'm not a psychic, clairvoyant. Absolutely not. I'm not. I'm just telling you reality. That if that's not fixed, you're going to have many people dying. You're going to have many tragedies of that nature. Because, come on. Okay, let's go here and look at some of the, I think I had a video of some of the students that survived. Look at them. Heartbreaking.
Abana bafunye accident mukono. Abana bafunye accident mukono. Esomero balita batya? Bana abana bafunye accident mukono abazadde ba Mwebaze High School banaye muje mukono mukima abana bamwe mubatwale mu ddwaliro. Base badde twala abana ku trip yagudde abana banaye bali bubi. Motoka basi yekute ne train.
Look at these poor souls. Those Museveni looks at those and doesn't care at all. Zero. There's no, like I've said, he's a sociopath, a psychopath who doesn't really care. Then there's a very important question that was asked by Kakwenza Luchirabashija. You tell me. Let me go on and show you. This is what he posted. He says, 7 years ago, a bus dramatically overturned and crushed several passengers to death. Last Sunday, the exact same bus did it again. How did this murderous hunk of junk get back on the road? In a failed state, the bus received a fresh coat of paint and a clean bill of health. The officials are still comfortably in their seats, probably blaming the passenger for not wearing seatbelts. Welcome to Circle of Life. Look at this. This was 2019 when they reported about 12 people having sustained injuries. You know, this is what happened in Mijera. And the license plate was UBE 110H. And then flash forward to 7th July 2026. And what do you have? A fatal road traffic crash occurred yesterday on the 7th July 2026 at around 9:34 p.m. at Bobby Trading Center along Kampala-Gulu Highway. The crash involved motor vehicle UBE 110, an Isuzu bus belonging to OP Travelers Company and motor vehicle. So tell us, if this was involved in an accident, overturned, flipped, like the way you see it, how do you end up with the same bus, with the same license plate? You know for sure what Kakwenza said. The bus received fresh coat of paint and a clean bill of health. And that's what happened. Then you have some people commenting here who said, I think I saw somebody who said, brother, buses no longer have seat belts in Uganda. One just sits like a luggage and awaits time for flying through the windows. Very unfortunate that the Uganda police only thinks the driver is the only one to wear a seat belt. That's why, really, I don't even paying attention to the driver. Is there some responsibility for him to take? Absolutely. But I'm not going to put focus there. If you examine the state of these buses, you'll be surprised. Some of them are not supposed to be on the road. But because of corruption, they've already bought their way into, these administrative offices that should be preventing them from, even transporting or even moving for a mile. Like you've seen what Kakwenza's posted. Look at the spot where all this occurred. That's why we should put our focus. Because you're going to have all these things happening over and over again. But until we look at it from a broader perspective, without necessarily blaming one person, it is the government. This is where I want to say, hey, ladies and gentlemen, who usually say, I'm not concerned about politics. Well, politics is pretty much concerned about you. Your money, the taxpayer money, is being swindled by some thugs in the Museveni criminal regime. And they're not constructing roads. They're not putting up barriers. They're not even mindful of the safety of you, the taxpayer. They don't care. But you don't care about politics. Well, politics cares about you. We have to come out stronger than ever and condemn the theft, the corruption, the embezzlement of funds, this failure to hold Ministry of Works officials accountable in this situation. When was the last time you saw any person from the Ministry of Works and Transport being held accountable? Zero. Because you know what? Oh, that's a natural tragedy. No, it is preventable. Yes. At least research is showing that. Gosh. They abducted Mwanga Chivumbi. This one is being tortured and posted on social media by Muhozi. You have Museveni saying we're not giving bail to political prisoners because they threaten witnesses. A mess. And then you have these people saying, Mordecai, you paint Uganda in a raven black picture. Come on. What else do you want me to talk about if that's all I see every day on the news? I'm tired. I'm sick. To quote her, Fanny Lou Hamer, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I hope we bring an end to this horrible chapter. How do we do that? Getting rid of Museveni and Muhoozi Kainerugaba and starting on a journey of defeating the Museveniism as a culture that has really plunged our nation in complete chaos and turmoil. I don't know how many decades it's going to take us to come out of this hellhole. Mulisa, calm yourself down and smile. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mordecai. Mulisa, please consider subscribing right in the comment section. What do you think about all this? Invite others to join us. And if you want to be really super supportive, you can become a channel member by joining. Press that join button and you'll be charged some amount. But if you don't, or if you're not in position or able to, you can just subscribe and invite others to join us. Be like, hey, there's a guy I know, Mordecai Mulisa, has got some good content. Tell them to subscribe. Until I see you again, bye-bye for now.